Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to be talking about the stages of e-learning adoption. And if you're interested in this topic, then please keep on watching. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the different stages that we go through when we adopt an e-learning environment or develop an e-learning program. And I'm just going to move myself out of the way so that we can actually have a look at some of the different stages. Here, the first stage is the survive stage. And in the survive stage, it really is about firefighting, and it's the beginning of your journey when you're developing any kind of e-learning program or adopting any e-learning tools to use with your students. At this stage, we're deciding what LMS to use, what digital tools to use. And at the firefighting survive stage, everything is asynchronous, and we're really just trying to provide information to schools and the community so that they know actually what LMS to use and how to access the digital tools. I know that many schools are probably beyond this stage now after many, many months of online teaching, and that we may be up to the strive stage where we're starting to release different instructional videos on how to use different digital tools. In the strive stage, we also tend to use one-way webinar style lessons where we're just either recording ourselves and giving instructions and information items to our students, and it's setting up digital citizenship protocols or netiquette protocols and essential agreements. Now, the next stage is the Thrive stage, and I think many schools are also at this stage at the moment, which is where we can start providing some professional development for teachers on the best effective pedagogical practices for e-learning. At this stage, you may be incorporating more synchronous learning as well and balancing that blend of synchronous and asynchronous learning. And there is no one hard, fast rule to follow when it comes to what percentage should that blend be, because it really is dependent on the school context and also equity issues that we have to take into consideration and the digital divide that does exist around the world. So the school, I think, has to decide on what that right blend is in terms of asynchronous learning opportunities and synchronous learning opportunities. Also at the Thrive stage, we really want to focus on how we can use these digital tools to enhance learning for our students and to promote more motivation and engagement. Because we know in this current situation, your students can actually choose to turn their cameras off, not to engage and not to be motivated. So we really have a look and ask ourselves the question, how can we actually really motivate and engage our students so that they thrive in this e-learning environment at this stage? The next stage is at the arrive stage, and I'm so happy to see so many schools at this stage where they have an entire unit of inquiry that is actually focused on the best pedagogical practices and effective e-learning. So at this stage, there's probably a combination, I would say, of asynchronous and synchronous learning, a nice blended approach. And it incorporates all three of these very important elements: a social presence, there's a cognitive presence, and there's also a teaching presence based on the framework of the community of inquiry. And as you can see, these arrows are going cyclically around and around. And I'm hoping, though, once we get through that survive stage, that we don't go back to that survive stage, but that we're constantly either striving or thriving or arriving. And this is a constant cycle depending on what's happening. Now, I know that you've probably got some wonderful ideas and advice when we get to the different stages in the e-learning adoption framework. So we would love to hear your comments. Please feel free to put a comment in the section below. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.